Going to celebrate that Minnesota Vikings loss last night with a little bit of cornerbacking of the NFL. And I'm cornerbacking, not quarterbacking, because I'm never going to give the NFL a pass, especially given how much the NFL has fumbled the ball with things like racism, misogyny, DV, SA. So today I'm going to talk about how the NFL responded to Ray Rice punching his then fiancée, Janae Palmer, in an elevator. This happened on February 15th, 2014, in an elevator in an Atlantic City hotel. A few days later, TMZ gets hold of the video of Ray Rice dragging Janae Palmer out of the elevator. She is unconscious. In late March of 2014, Rice is indicted on third-degree assault. At that time, he had been consulting with his teammate Terrell Suggs, which is really wild because in 2009, he poured bleach all over his then-girlfriend and their son. He said he was going to drown them in bleach. She did end up staying with him, and 3 years later, he punched her in the throat, and then he threw her out of the car while the kids were still inside. Her hand got caught on a seatbelt, and he sped down the road with her hanging from the seatbelt, and she was dragged along the road until she finally got free and then ended up collapsing on the side of the road. She presses charges and gets a protective order, and then a month later, they get married. And 3 days later, she drops the protective order and everything goes away. He was never disciplined in the NFL. So that is who Ray Rice consulted. And interestingly enough, a day after Ray Rice was indicted on that third-degree assault charge, Ray Rice and Janae Palmer get married. It was not a planned wedding. This was a quickie marriage, and it seems to be a common playbook. After all, a wife does not have to testify against her husband. There's been quite a lot of public chatter, and there is more over the months. And in July 2014, the head of the NFL, Roger Goodell, he decides in all his infinite wisdom that Ray Rice is going to get a 2-game suspension. And the public flips the fuck out, myself included. That was not punishment enough for what Ray Rice had done. And in September 2014, TMZ gets a hold of footage from inside the elevator, like what had happened, because we had only seen Ray Rice dragging the unconscious Janae Palmer out. The Ravens coach John Harbaugh and Roger Goodell, they deny having ever seen it. And the Ravens immediately release Ray Rice from the Ravens. And then Associated Press reports that a law enforcement officer had told them that they had sent a DVD of the footage from inside the elevator to the NFL. They had absolutely fucking seen it. It's just that the public hadn't, so they didn't have to say anything about it. The NFL lied. So Roger Goodell, at this point in time, has gotten so much flack that he is like, we got to change the rules of the game here. So the new rules are, players accused of DV, first-time offenders, will get a 6-game suspension without pay. Second-time offenders will get a lifetime ban. And just to note, Terrell Suggs is still playing in the NFL as he's doing this. And then the NFL hires 3 women. And I swear to God, the only headlines I saw, like headline after a headline, was the NFL hires 3 women. But unfortunately, this video is already super fucking long. So I'm going to do a part 2 about the 3 women. But I do want to say that Ray Rice and Janae Palmer are still married. And from pretty much the get, Janae Palmer decried the punishment that Ray Rice was receiving when so many other people had not received that kind of, And I am sure that there is a little bit of racism and classism involved in the public outcry. This is not to say that the event that happened was not absolutely fucking horrific. It is to say that this man, as far as we know, has not repeated what happened. So I just want to remind people that Janae Palmer's voice is the most important voice in all of this. And she should be leading the charge as the survivor when it comes to conversations about their relationship for the past 10 years.